Alright. I think the stream should be working. Welcome to another production stream. Today we will continue working on a project which I also included in the ID showcase. And hello Dash, welcome, and hello to Jerome. Welcome to the stream. And originally the project was already done, but I want to split it into two parts. Maybe some of you remember this one. It was basically the intro tune of the showcase, which was starting like that. So the dark one, and then originally it had this one as a first drop, and then the second drop was this one right here. And hello, Anesthesia, welcome. But I decided to make a completely new drop with this idea here, because this is the best part of the song in my opinion, and I want it to be the main focus, and therefore I will probably, not probably, I will split it into two tunes, and I don't know if I will keep the intro or keep the intro and the first drop or make a new intro for that. I don't know yet, but yeah, today we will do a new drop with the sounds we had here. Have you found any ID doubles? Welcome, Pizza Enjoy. Yeah, actually, I played around with the one deviate plate. I forgot the name. Which one was it? The popular one, the subtractor one. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. And it works really well with my anti-chroma ID from the ID showcase. And yeah, this one works really well. But besides that, I haven't found another cool double. But I will definitely get into that soon, hopefully, a little bit more. So yeah, let's make some space here. I also disabled an automation here, I think. Crippling ID with Somebody ID. Which Somebody ID? I haven't heard about crippling, to be fair. I don't know what kind of music we have here. Yeah, how do we do this? I'll just make some space really quick, and then we can continue, or not continue, and start making some cool stuff, hopefully. I'm just naming artists. Okay, at this point, there isn't really any specific idea. Okay. And hello, Aransbad. Welcome. We see two buses. Oh, I did not notice. Wait. Okay, now. Thank you for letting me know. I did not notice. Yeah, somehow the recording unit got duplicated in my stream program. I did not check that. But yeah, now everything should be fine again. Yeah. Let's move this to the side, because this one sound we had here, this sounds cool, so this might be worth to use in a B part for something. What's happening, bro? Yeah, a lot of stuff is happening actually. Today we will continue a project which I originally had finished already, but I decided to split it into two projects because it would just fit better. So this is what we are going to do today. And the other big thing which happened was that I dropped my ID showcase on Friday, and I'm extremely happy with that. Weir ID and Velon ID would go hard, I'm pretty sure. Or imagine Deviate ID and Joe B ID. But I think Joe B stuff is actually hard to double because it's so complex, which is good, obviously. So let's copy it here. So I want the new drop idea to start with this pattern right here, because that's the most important element, I think. So I will just copy everything, and then we will get some new ideas in it. And hello, Future Queen, welcome to the stream. Cyclops said that we are and ID double in an old mix, but it isn't a song anymore. Okay. That's yeah, unfortunate, I would say. Let me also mute these audio sources here. Oh my god, this project is so big. I hope we can work on it without any major issues. Copy. Ah. Oh. Oh. Let's start it here maybe. No, where did I stop the automation? Give me 1 second. We actually need to drop it here, right? We also have to move this to the side. Your projects always make my head spin. It is so huge all the time, yeah. Also, there's plenty of tracks which are muted, so I could delete stuff, but I never, but I yeah, can't delete tracks which I don't need unless I'm preparing stuff for a video, for example, to showcase certain element. But yeah, usually the projects are extremely big. Yeah, perfect. How can your computer handle this project file? I don't have any idea. Honestly, about the Joe B thing you said, I feel like even though it's complicated causes severe skin burns, is actually pretty easy to deal with. Yeah, I see what you mean. Would definitely work. And hello, Peter Rain. Welcome to the stream. And hopefully everyone is doing well. Let me know what's up. Okay, we have to move more stuff. I did not see the other one coming here on the right. This project is a gigantic mess. Maybe we can revisit some of the other ideas I had. Start something with that, but I don't know. What usually happens with me when I'm done making something, even if I love it, I don't wait too long and I upload it. Otherwise, I get bored of it. Yeah, I see what you mean. I have ideas or finished songs laying around which I completed in January or February. But I definitely want to release them this year. And of course, lots of stuff from the ID showcase is also coming out, hopefully really soon. Basically, everything is done. I would just need to put it to the distribution services. But yeah, don't want to release too much stuff in too short time. Okay, now everything should be clean. Yeah, we have enough space. And now we can start with the idea. Yeah, Tix ID with Monolith ID would be cool. What's the biggest project file you have had? Last year there was this one challenge by I forgot the name. Crossover, yeah, crossover for charity, where, for example, Neoluminum and other labels contributed or hosted a huge challenge, and I did a collab with I think 6 other people, and I managed the project file, and it had like over 300 tracks. This project file is also pretty big; it's over 200 tracks, but the other one had like 300 tracks, and I was one to mix everything and stuff. So this one was pretty big. If I keep my completed projects in my draft, I get bored of them. Yeah, definitely valid and understandable. All of them, yeah, pretty much. The tracks is insane. Yeah. Also, there was some stuff as well muted, like it's always, but usually all my project files are pretty big. So I think it would be nice if this would be the initial drop. I will just start. Oh yeah, we can do it. We can do it the way like Marauder did in Avoidable Cause. And what he did was that he had a first drop A part, then a first drop B part, and then a second drop B part variation, and a second drop A part repetition. So what we can do is to switch it, to switch it around, because this part right here, which I duplicated, is already the B part of the second drop. So now I want to make it the A part of the first drop and then extend it with 16 more bars. No, 30, no, 16 more bars with a completely new arrangement, if that makes sense. Computer must have exploded. Does Ableton has the thing like FL where you can record more than one element in the piano roll? Do you mean instruments? Do you mean like recording a piano and, for example, a bass within one MIDI track? Is that what you mean? Or what do you mean in particular, Rohan Spad? Feel free to explain further. So yeah, I think that we can copy the drums. Maybe we'll change the sound of the drums, but I'm pretty happy with the drums, how they turned out. So we can just copy them, maybe do some fills here and there. Imagine doubling a mega color with another mega color. Would be fun. Would be fun. But please enjoy. I can promise that stuff like that, like doubling and stuff, is definitely something I plan. Hopefully very soon if I have time. And if I get some more equipment. I don't want to say more, but yeah. Stay tuned. This instruments like a one MIDI track, kick, snares, since piano, whatever. Okay, now I know what you mean. Now I know what you mean. So that you have everything in one MIDI track. This is something I always found really bad, to be honest, in FL, that you were able to have multiple instruments. That you were able to have multiple instruments in one track, because I always lost the view for everything. But in Ableton, for example, what you can do is that you can look at all of your tracks in one. I think I don't have an example here because I didn't use any MIDI in this. I just used audio. But maybe we can open a MIDI track. Yeah, we have this MIDI, for example, and this one. No, this is muted. Let's use the simpler. And let's just draw some other notes in here so we can see what's happening. And what you can do is that you can click on this, then press Control, and then also select this, and then double click, and then you can look at both MIDI tracks in one view. And you can also change stuff from the one MIDI track compared to the other one. So this would be an option. So you can see that the notes, depending on the track, are staying, and that just the stuff you are changing is being changed in the MIDI track. So this would be the equal thing, I would say. Let me revert that really quick. All right. For making EDM, is white noise rise false essential? Would it barely make difference? I use noise risers and falls quite often. Let me show, for example. There's this one uplifter thing which I love using. I think I haven't used it in this song. Yeah, this one. This one, the VAFX uplifter overdrive, which is basically just noise. And this is something I use in all of my songs, for example. Doubling stream would be cool. I agree, but it would have to be IDs or non-copyright. Yeah, I agree. No, but you can separate all of them in one click in FL. You can separate them in FL. Okay, I did not know. But yeah, this sounds good. This sounds good. But yeah, Ableton, Ableton supremacy. And hello, Georgie Icem. Any chance you could lower Ableton's volume? Oh yeah, sure, I can lower the Ableton volume. I think it's pretty loud. Thank you for that. I think now it should be better, right? Let me know if the drums are still too loud. Yeah, the song itself is also pretty loud. And hello Finn, welcome. And what's happening in your life? Yeah, I'm really busy. Really busy with my bachelor thesis at the moment, writing everything, and also busy with music. So yeah, lots of stuff happening. What's about the IDs? Be sure to not play a preview because you have to gatekeep. What do you mean? A preview of IDs by myself? Or whose IDs? I've heard Ableton's better, but still Ableton looks difficult. Also, Ableton's layout looks actually boring. It looks more technical, but it's way more efficient. Everything has a better accessibility. So lots of stuff was hidden in FL, which I did not like. But also Ableton has an issue that when the project is really big, like I have, that it can't handle everything anymore that good. And no matter what kind of CPU you have, you can't get Ableton better running. So when I press play, for example, you will notice the latency. So there was like 2 seconds of latency, which is really bad. And also that when I want to load in an EQ or a utility, it takes like 10 seconds to load it in because the project is so big. And on the other hand, Ableton is not that well optimized. I mean, less colors. Yeah, you can color grade lots of stuff like the tracks on the right and in the arrangement view. Does that latency happens? The latency also happens because of Plugins I use, I'm pretty sure. Erstmal eine McDonalds-Werbung? Da habe ich keinen Einfluss drauf, Finn. Speaking of more technical, is Teot considered like a super technical genre? Because it's also pretty sound design focused. I would say yes, and also because you can go crazy with rhythms and stuff, and of course sound design. For example, this sound. Let me isolate it. Name me another song which has the same sound. So this is really, really fun to just play around with and get sounds which you have never heard before. That's the reason why you should go back to FL. No. The mean when the project is heavy, it gives latency. Yeah. I don't know exactly what's happening here in Ableton, but for example, I think Serum also adds some latency. I don't know, but Serum I haven't used Serum that much actually because everything is audio. I think the latency comes from stuff which does not have real-time support, like convolving. When you use a convolver, it always comes with latency. Or also when you use plug data. In particular, this patch by Nesco, for example, the NSPEC complied. When you look down here, it says that it comes with 23.2 milliseconds of latency, and I use this quite often, so the latency adds up. So this is also the plugin's fault, I would say. But this plugin or this patch also comes with auto sleeping. So when I close it, it should not pull that much of capacity, which is nice, but still the latency is there. That's the issue. Leotrix and Acres ID with Hukaya and Sissy ID. When do you think will Ableton get the next big update, like FL 4 years ago and 24 last year? We got Ableton Live 12 last year, so I think maybe in 2 years. I think there will be, the Ableton 12.3 update will be, I think, in December or something, and then we will get maybe a 12.4 and 12.5 next year, and then maybe a 12.6 in 2027, and then maybe in late 2026 or early 2027, Ableton Live 13, I would assume, but I don't know. What I do is when my project gets heavy, I increase the buffer. Oh yeah, this can help. This can help. I always forget about this. This can help, but this which actually gives latency to real-time key press on MIDI, but latency to play as well. Yeah, exactly. We can quickly check that. I forgot, but wait, where is it set up? I don't know where you can set it up, but yeah, right now I have 1024. But you can also increase it, but I forgot how to. Yeah, here, it's buffer size. We could also make it double the length. See what's happening. yeah, it's saving right now. NFL maximum is 2000 something. 2000 buffer size or 2000 tracks or what? Yeah. I think in this case, I don't need to increase it because it's not crackling or anything. It works well. Just, yeah, the latency is a little bit annoying. So, yeah. Let's change that again. 1024. Yo, Pizza Enjoy, have a great day. Have a great day. See you. Why don't you make your project on 48K? Why 44.1K? That's a good question. I never thought about it. I think I once set it up like that because many people did it. And I keep it that way. But I think, for example, Nesco is going with 48K. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Skybreak once explained something on Twitter that there was a huge difference. But yeah, I'm happy with 44.1. To be honest, but at some point when the project gets too big, even the highest buffer size, yeah, it doesn't change that much, yeah. And then also the PC limit comes across. Oh, I love this so much. This is the best drop I've ever made, really, and this is why I want to extend it and make a new variation because I love it so much. Oh yeah, we have to disable the autofilter and the delay. What would be a cool variation? We had this sound laying around. Definitely want to use it. 44.1K is default. There was a time when one of my friends told me I should do it on 48K. Didn't ask why, but he was a producer for music. Okay, so I believed him, yeah. I don't know. I have to ask Nesco again for that, what the advantage would be. My buffer length is always 256 in start, and when it starts to get heavy and laggy, I switch to 1024, ja. Und hallo Felix, guten Abend, herzlich willkommen. You should do some banger shit like boss fight lately. The NK VIP boss was peak. Yeah, lots of banger shit in the ID showcase. Yeah, what would be a nice start for a variation? Oh, it's hard to think of that. Hoffe, dir geht's gut, Felix. Facts. Maybe some dotted shit. Maybe something like that. Yeah, this could be fun. So it keeps the identity. This one is for me too. Too much chaos. Yeah, where's the fresh sound? We need to bring it in. Ooh, this is dope. Haha. This is good. And hello, Menace. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Maybe we can stretch it. Basti for the 2026 legless lineup. Would be fun. Would be fun. Now I need to figure out what the rhythm was in the fill used earlier. I think it was the same rhythm. Yeah. But I definitely want to change the rhythm a tiny bit. Maybe we can go a little bit deeper with the main sound. So we are on, I think, +4. No, -8. -8. Maybe I think, I don't know if this is working because the processing is a little bit weird. Shattered Wayne's shattered my Wayne's for it's a really good song. Yo, thank you so much. And also shout out a Surgeon on Shattered Wayne's. It was really fun making the song with him. And definitely check out more stuff by Surgeon Runs Bad. He's one of the best in the game, really. Maybe one more, -11. Good work. Actually not. -12 maybe. Don't know. Basti is just modus. Or maybe we can do like a pitch automation. Could also be fun. I haven't tried it on this sound. Yeah, this could work. So, so 0 is -11, and then we would, we need +3, so we enter the +8 again. Yeah, this could be really fun. Ooh, yeah. What if we did the same here, but one up? Ooh, this is actually cool. Yes, this is what this is what a live music surgery looks like. True. And then maybe something faster, like the pattern we had earlier. This one. The amount you're playing, that sample sounds cool. Thank you, thank you. This one needs to be faster, I feel like. Maybe a little bit different. I think it would be better if it plays longer notes, but with maybe a faster rhythm on top. I don't know if I should ask this to a dubstep producer, but do you like lo-fi music, or have you made one ever? I haven't made lo-fi yet. I have nothing against it, but yeah, I think I would not make it myself. I've made some chill stuff yesterday actually which goes more into a house direction. Let me see if I can find a clip. Oh yeah, I can show you a clip. Because I just felt like doing something like that. Let me quickly show that to you. But yeah, it's just a mood thing, to be honest. Whether I make heavy stuff or melodic stuff. But this is what I want to show you. This is what I did yesterday. So some chill chords and some really boring drum pattern, but it was just really vibey. So this would be the closest which could go into the lo-fi direction. That's so unlike you. But yeah, I have so many melodic ideas laying around, of course a little bit more heavy. But yeah, I really like making heavy, melodic stuff as well. Yeah, this was really fun to make. I had a great time vibing to it, and this is also why I had to share it. It sounds like EDM, like waiting for drop. Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean. And speaking of that EDM stuff, I've made a song, which is really really old school. I just play a little snippet, but this is what I made like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and everything was made out of snares. So I use snares as a wave cable, resample snares. Some old school NCS type stuff, if you know what I mean. But yeah, some progressive house. That sounds really good. Yeah, thank you, thank you. It was also really fun to make because everything was made out of snares. So this was the challenge I did, and maybe this song makes it onto a compilation and comes out soon, which would be nice. But yeah. It was really fun. And I also made this thing the other day, which is also really chill actually. And I definitely want to make more melodic stuff again, but yeah, at the moment I just had to focus on the heavy stuff because I did the showcase thing with all my heavy ideas. Now I need to finish a few of them, and then I have some capacity for releases, so I can also do some more melodic stuff again, which I also want to release, of course. As a listener of soft songs, like, yo, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, this is quite the opposite, which we are working on today. This is maximum aggressiveness here. Oh yeah, this one was really chill. Had a really fun time making it. I also want to finish this song at some point. Yeah, what else can I show you? Oh, this one was also a vibe. Maybe I make an entire house ID or something. House EP. I really like vibing to this stuff a lot, and this is also why I made that in the first place. But yeah, enough of ID leaks. Let's continue with the arrangement, with the heavy stuff. Yeah, thank you, Ron Spare. Thank you. And I just love making different stuff. Germany has dubstep listeners more. There is a community in Germany with dubstep-focused people, and there are also events like a few times a year, but it's not as big as in the US, for example. But on the other hand, the community in Germany more feels like a family, which is also kind of nice. So everyone knows each other, and yeah, this is quite cool. And also the quality is better than in the US, I would say. Of course, there are many cracked US people as well, but the producers I know who are from Germany are the most cracked people. So yeah. Isn't Panda Ice German or something? He's from, I think, Switzerland, but I don't know. But he is not a nice guy, actually. Ooh, this could be a fun rhythm. Well, this one could be really fun, layered with some other stuff. Not a nice guy, yeah. Ooh, this is a really sick rhythm. I like that a lot. Definitely has that Joe B vibe. Yeah, this could be work. This could work out. I'm pretty sure. Let's also copy over this one. I love how there's that one sound in there that sounds like an electric guitar distorted into oblivion. Which sound in particular? Maybe we can reuse it. Is it in the first half or in the second half? I just started. Maybe you mean this sound. This one. With the pitch envelope. Yeah, this one. Oh yeah, this one was so fun to make. And the original sound sounds like this. Oh no, actually not. Wait. This is not the original one. Wait. This sounds different than I had in my anticipation. In my yeah, you know what I mean. But the original sound, maybe I can find it, was a serum actually. Oh yeah, I found it. The original sound was this one. Yeah, it was just some granular stuff. And then it got processed heavily. And the main source for this sound is the following plugin. Let me quickly find it. Also, yeah, these EQs are kind of interesting, especially for the low end. But oh wait, I haven't touched this project in a while. But there's some cool processing. Oh yeah, this one. I rendered it. This is the source for the character. So when you have a sound which sounds like this, not a really interesting sound, just some boring stuff. I think this sound also sounds boring with the processing, but we can just see. Oh, okay. Now it doesn't sound that boring anymore, but the main source comes from this plugin without. It sounds more messy, and with this plugin, of course, there's distortion happening and stuff, but this plugin makes it so good. And yeah, lots of compression, lots of distortion, convolving, faturator. But yeah, this is the main source, and the plugin is by iFeature, who makes awesome plugins. So yeah, this is definitely one of the plugins of the year for me. I love using it. Yeah, we can mute this one again. And now we need to get a new arrangement. And yeah, let's just see what we can come up with. I definitely want to include this because that's the main pattern. That's the theme. Da da. So we need to use it again because it's so good. Maybe some variation at the end. And hello, awesome. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Maybe we can change the last one. Or this one? We can let it go up even higher. I kinda wanna try making tail, but whenever I see how much processing is usually needed, it scares me away from trying. Yeah, and this is also what I was talking about earlier, because tear out or heavy dubstep like this comes with lots of sound design, and in order to make it sound good, you need to apply quite some knowledge, like getting a feel for how to mix it properly, and how much compression you need, what kind of distortion you want, and of course the sound itself and how it's moving. So lots of complex things come in it. But for example, the initial first drop idea is a little bit simpler. Maybe you can start with something like that. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's here. This was the first drop idea. This one. So it's basically just one sound the entire time with a rhythm, and you can see there's lots of layers being layered together and then also processed together. It's all about processing stuff together, and then it plays the rhythm. Then you have a sub bass and some processing, and yeah, this one wasn't actually that complicated. Of course, it was complicated to get the right sound, the right feel, but yeah, this is a little bit more simple compared to what we are working on now, and this is also why I want to scrap the first half and maybe use it in a different song, and now do a completely different new second half. A knowledge that I don't have. Yeah, I also didn't have the knowledge like 2 or 3 years ago, but I just learned so much stuff over the years because I kept grinding and just collected more knowledge and tried out lots of different stuff until I'm here where I love what the outcome is. I do have a question. How long did it take you to grow up on YouTube? Those drums are punchy, by the way. Yo, thank you. For the drums, I'm using samples. Also, it's about sound selection, of course. Drum samples by Waxu, and yeah, this is the kick body. And for the transients, I'm using this one by Waxu, which is really, really clicky. And for the snare, I'm also using a kerosene clap. So it's also about the sample selection. For example, for the drums, I mainly use samples because I haven't tried making drums that much yet. I made a snare, I made a kick drum out of a snare for the challenge, which I showed earlier, for this one house thing. But yeah, usually I just take samples. I think it took me like 3 years, I would say, Austin. For example, I doubled the amount of subscribers within a half year this year, Austin. So I think like in April, I had like 1.4K subscribers, and now, yeah, the double amount almost. But also because I kept grinding for like 2.5 years straight. And yeah, now it's growing faster. So it's all about consistency. It sounds like you use a disperser on the drums. Yeah, I use disperser on the drums. This is a trick Surgeon showed me. Yeah, here on the kick body. Why is a transient shaper on the body? This is not supposed to be there, but yeah, it sounds good, so I will keep it, I think. But yeah, I'm using a disperser on the lowest setting on the kicks because it just works well, and this is something Surgeon showed me. Something sounds a bit off. Need to check why. Ah, yeah, I know why. Oh yeah, we want to do a pitch automation here at the end. Let's try that. And also for the sound design, what's also really important, especially in my workflow, is using the warping algorithms. I do lots of my sound design with warping. And yeah, for example, the tones mode or the texture mode is also pretty good. And then just messing around with the pitch, with the grain size, and then also drawing a pitch automation with the envelope function within the sound to get crazy tones out of it. Also, I'm really struggling on getting a nice sub volume on the Final Master. I don't know why, but I always have to work from E. Yeah, to get nice to get a nice sub levels. I know exactly what kind of problem you have, Austin. I also had that problem like 1.5 year ago, or maybe even one year ago. Sub basses are really important, and the overall quality of a song is also determined by the quality of the sub, and also how the sub or how loud the sub is, and how everything works in context with each other. And what I can recommend to you, Austin, is that when you work on something, that you always have to make sure that the sub is the loudest element in the mix, of course. And for example, when I process things together, I use compression a lot. So you can try to yeah, I don't want to give advice which does not work in your genre, because you make more melodic stuff, if I remember correctly. But compression can usually help when you compress, for example, chords and subs together, the sub and chords together, and then playing the volume of the sub, and also distortion, of course, and then also looking at an EQ and see how the sub volume is behaving, and what the shape of the EQ spectrum looks like. So you always want the sub to be really, really high, then everything else going quieter over time. So at the end, the high end is supposed to be objectively quieter, but of course high end is perceived louder, although it might be quieter. And this is a balance you need to understand. For example, tracks like a bitch by somebody, a massive sub, yeah. It's also about harmonics. Georgie, I will answer your question in a minute. It's also about harmonics. So for example, when you have a sub bass, which is usually a sine wave, and a sine wave itself in the lower region is really, really quiet. For example, the sub bass, oh, I hope I did not delete anything right here. But for example, the sub bass I'm using here in the first half is actually playing a B-1. So you were talking about an E0, and this is actually a B, as you can see here, B-1, which is even lower, or which is really, really low. And it's just working because it has a strong harmonic. You can have a look here in the EQ. If it loads. So this is the most important harmonic. I think that's the third harmonic right here. So this is really, really important, that it's really present, but also not louder than the fundamental, because the fundamental still carries everything, and then the harmonic right here and the other harmonics, which are also happening right here, are just there for the flavor and for the beefiness. I discovered it's like it's about using some saturator like Saturn and create some harmonics on the sub. You can do it with saturation, of course, but you can also do it within the patch. You don't necessarily need to do it with distortion, saturation, but you can also do it without, by just drawing or editing the wavetable. And hello Gatito, welcome to the stream. And of course the processing together matters, because I have lots of processing going on here after, like distortion and compression and lots of other stuff. Georgie asks, how did you learn about sound design? Was it just a shit ton of trial and error? At first I just tried remaking stuff, and this is also what I like doing for inspiration nowadays. Just trying to remake a sound which I really like, and then I just tried out more uncommon stuff. And hello, Kian, welcome. More uncommon stuff, like for example warping algorithms and spectral processing, and not the typical FM processing, which we all know for years now. And I just tried to get cool sounds out of stuff which doesn't sound good at first. I really like taking a simple input sound like a saw wave and then just playing around with corpus to get different tones and automations, and then resampling and processing again, resampling, processing again, and so on. I think you would like it, Gatito. I think you would like it. You have no idea how much I was screaming in hype in my car listening to this podcast. Yo, thank you, Kian. Thank you. Means a lot. Hearing shit from watching you live and from snippets post. It's so hype, bro. It was so good. Yeah, thank you so much. Means a lot reading that, Kian. I'm really happy you enjoyed it. Thank you. Really appreciate that. I'm also really happy the showcase got perceived really well by many people. Really appreciate everyone's support on it so far. And it was also like a relief for me releasing all this kind of stuff which I was sitting on. And yeah, now just the full songs need to come out hopefully soon. Now I forgot where we stopped actually. We stopped here in the second half. And why? Why are there 4 times the amount of AO5 symbols? Confused a little bit. Oh yeah, we don't need it. This would be too long actually, yeah. Yeah. Now everything makes sense again. I accidentally copied this one sound twice as much as I needed. Is KH Compressor your new tool now in mixing? No, I wouldn't say so. I've heard some people using it in their mix downs. I think Nesco, Nesco uses it as a limiter now. For example, in my chain, in my mastering chain, I have the Pro L2 at the very end, and Nesco would use the compactor now, which is really fun. And it just works for him. It has a really clean output, I think he mentioned. But yeah, I also had many other people using it, so it's a really good tool. And so far I have only used it as a sidechaining tool. It is transparent as Pro L2? I think so. Nesco is really happy with it. So yeah, I also might have to try it, but at the moment I just rely on my go-to Pro L2 processing at the end, because the Pro L2 does a lot with the aggressive style preset at the end. We can have a listen maybe, or a comparison. It's nice, but it's not that punchy, and with Pro L we get a little bit more beef out of it. It's a little bit more aggressive, which is really nice, and yeah, this is what I like about it. I love this song so much. Oh, it sounds weird. And where's the coughing coming from? Oh. And hello, Jerome. Welcome. How are you doing? Something is off. I think we need these, right? Yeah. I really like the new Ozone Maximizer in IRC format. Do you mean, or no, got it added to the new Ozone 12? I watched a video about it. I find nice. For loud hair, you use the aggressive one in Pro L2, but in general, for most jaws, to use another one. No, I always use the Pro L2 aggressive preset. This is my go-to mastering processing essentially. Now I think it's right again. Yeah, now it's right again. I'm not quite sure what I should think about the new change here with the pitch bend. What was the... Oh yeah, the multipass wasn't doing anything. Yeah, we'll just leave it on there. Yes, okay. Yeah, I can't say anything about it because I don't have it, but it had some cool new things. But I think it won't be worth it to me because I don't use Ozone anymore. Instead of Ozone, I have only used the imager actually, and maybe the equalizer. But instead of that, I'm now using M stereo processor by Melda, which is really cool. Also something Surgeon showed me. This is a really cool tool. The other day I found your second channel by accident. Yeah, there's also some music content on the second channel. But yeah, really bad music content actually. But yeah, I used it as an archive for visual right stuff. And hello, Ember's official. Finally, someone making bass music on Twitch. I'm glad you found a way to the stream. Welcome, and thank you for the follow. Maybe we can copy this riff. Could this work? This could work. Yeah, the archive channel, exactly. Archive. Is it called archive or archive in English? I don't know. Let me quickly check the DeepL translator. How do you pronounce it?
Archive.
Archive. Oh, okay. Archive. I always say archive to it, like we pronounce it in German. In Germany. But yeah, archive. I will keep it in mind. I've been making melodic bass for a while. Now I need to start making heavy. I like doing both, Embers. I have lots of melodic stuff and also lots of heavy stuff, and both are always fun. And I think the most difficult thing is to combine both things well together. I was searching VR scenes and your channel was a good one. Yeah, I have uploaded some stuff which you would not find anywhere else. Down. What was this sound doing? I can't remember this one. I can't remember this layer, but yeah, let's just copy it if it was in the previous half as well. And hello, okay, it's right now. Welcome to the stream. Okay, we have to make the rhythm fit. And maybe, yeah, we can just get the same rhythm really quick. This is too long, and then 4 long. And then the longer one at the end. And then probably we have to do some envelopes. Am I being offensive if I asked if you were childhood friends with Richard Wright? No, I'm younger than Richard Wright, but we know each other, but just over music. So yeah, I did not grow up with Richard Wright. But yeah, this is not an offensive question, rather a funny one. Okay, this sounds weird. German-based producers unite. Yeah, exactly. This sounds really weird. Why does it sound weird? Why does it sound different than the one which is working? Ah, the second half was sounding good. First half sounded like shit. Ooh, this sounds cool. Sounds really interesting. Need some more present envelopes so we can hear the rhythm a little bit better. This could work. I especially like the tail at the end. Maybe we can bring it in a little bit earlier. This sounds really cool. Especially the last bit right there. Oh my god. What if we did it like that? This could work. There's one clipping happening. Oh, not clipping, clicking. This would work, I think. And then we can make the noise layer work in the same rhythm. Oh yeah, just like that, really quick. I'm not quite sure if I like the pitch bend. Maybe a different rhythm would be fun. Maybe like that, and then the last bit again. Just try. This could be fun. A little bit more re-delayed. So the rhythm, or not the rhythm, the tone remains the same. Well, the pitch bend, of course, and then the pattern gets shifted to the left a little bit, but it keeps the identity. Maybe I would even get rid of the pitch movement. I'll just copy it over in case I need it sometime in the future. But I think I will get rid of it because it doesn't sound that good, to be honest. So now we need to check which tone we had here. -7, -8, -7, and then here -8. And hopefully now it's better again. What if we did this? What if we changed the order? Like this one. Some would be first. This is quite interesting because I don't know if I will like it later. Yeah. Usually it would be that long. So let's also copy this over here. Get this one in there, this one here. This could also be fun. Da, da, da. I think this would actually be the better move to just change the notes here. This one is -7. This one is -8. This one is -4. So we need to change these two. And then we can also let this one rise a little bit more towards the end. When we have -4, what we can do is to maybe let it rise by another +4, which could work out. So just in the very end, let's see. +2 would actually work. Da da da. And then I would also say that we increase the crane size. Also automating it within the envelope here. Can I open multiple envelopes at once? So I know where I have to set the automation. I just want to have it sitting on the clap. Oh no, not on the clap. On the hit after the clap. How do we do this? 30%. And then and this could work, not quite sure. one was minus 16? This also sounds cool, the minus 16 one, to be honest. Okay, the sample is over. Well, this makes sense to change the order of the notes. I like that, and then we can later on variate the where is it? Oh my god, I'm getting overwhelmed by all the clips here. Later which one is it now? Oh, not this one. The other purple one. Where's the other purple one? I forgot. I can't find the sound I'm looking for right now. This one. It wasn't dark purple, it just was the regular purple. And then we can change the rhythm of this sound later. Maybe make it faster, give it a different pitch. What does it sound like without the processing? Well, there was quite some stuff happening. I probably will change the pitch as well. I will quickly go to the toilet and then I will be back in around 2 minutes. And in the meantime, if you haven't checked out my ID showcase yet, feel free to do so in the meantime until I'm back. So yeah, I'm back in a few minutes and then we will continue with the production here. I'm really looking forward to do some nice add-ons in a minute. So I'm back in a few minutes. right. I'm back. Now we can continue with the with the production. Hey, where were we at? Yeah, I wanted to change the notes here. Maybe another variation here. Can also grab a variation here. Sounds like a dinosaur. Where was the other layer? Was it this one? This sounds fun. Ooh, yeah, this is really fun. The last bit right here sounds a bit off where it's rising with the +2 again. Maybe a different pitch automation would be better. Then we would also have to get rid of the crane size automation. Or just use... Wait, how much did I say? -4. So let's just grab this one and then -8. And then we should be good. -8. Yeah. this is actually better. I think it works better when we stay or when we keep this rhythm. What if we reverse this? Yeah. Let's also switch the order again. -8, -7. Hopefully it works. -8. Then we have -7 on the next one. And -4 can stay like it is. Then -8 again. And -7. And then for the last bit, we can probably do another variation with just some more movement. The last one, I would like to keep it at -7. It's actually really fun having it rise really shortly by another one. No, actually it should go down, right? Yeah, it should go down. That's better. And it sounds a bit too off if the picks had the full amount of side chaining. I don't know if I would like to add more. This also sounds a bit too off. Doesn't fit into the context if we now start spamming the kicks and claps. I think this wouldn't be that good sounding at the end anymore. So let's rather don't do that. Yeah, I'm thinking of further variations I could do. Definitely this sound right here. Maybe we can start introducing it earlier as well. Ooh. This sounds cool. I thank you for the follow. The real madman. Welcome. This could be cool if it starts doing the really fast movement a little bit earlier and not just on the on this hit right here, rather here. There we can also do a frequency automation with another frequency shifter. And I have to watch out. I have parallel processing like here, tri-signal, and then some wet signal, and then everything is going into this. So I would have to do the frequency shift change here. And let's just do it like that I would say, let me quickly think, something is off. I'm stupid, I forgot, I forgot how to do bipolar macro assignments. How did I do that? I forgot how to set this up. Right click? I forgot how to do a bipolar macro automation. I click on the macro, I think. I also think, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Gatito. Yeah, perfect. This definitely helped. Yeah, and make it bipolar. I almost would have looked it up in the internet and then maybe let it rise in. Ooh! That's big. From one question, do you have self-made snap heap or multipass presets? Whenever I use snap heap, I make everything from scratch. I never use a preset I have used once. For example, when I'm doing this kind of stuff with the frequency shifters, with the distortion, with the filtering, I always set it up manually without having one saved instance. The only preset I sometimes use is the one Nasco thing. Where is it? The shifter. I forgot. And the reverb, actually, two things. Sometimes I use Nasco's N space thing for the reverb, and sometimes I use the N what was it called? The pitching thing. The pitcher. I forgot the name. But the thing which can pitch up things. Harm shift. This one. But yeah, I don't use any other rags or presets within Snapheap. Most of the time, I just set it up manually, like ever it fits. And in this case, I don't want to add too much new stuff, so it doesn't sound too different. It's like the ones made by the ones which I included in his faceplant presets. Actually, he never. Actually, wait, I have to look up something. Actually, he never just gave us the regs. We would have to export them out of the presets, right? Or did he send them to us separately without having them in the presets? I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, the deluxe reg or the fat reg he showed in one of his live streams were really, really cool. So yeah, I definitely have to look them up and export them or isolate them out of the presets. You have to set, you have to set them right in the presets manually. Yeah, like I guessed. Plus 25 actually sounds cool. What if we, through the frequency shifter, a little bit earlier into the chain? A little bit later? Maybe just on the parallel bus? Now this sounds weird. Maybe after? Not too much of a big difference here, actually. Sounds like a mechanical bird. True. Sounds like a bird. Yeah, in a good way. Thank you. Maybe one more here. Like this. This could work. And then we can frequency shift this one up again. Oh yeah. Or maybe we can also reverse it. So it has the task to sweep in the next section. Yeah. Insane. Yo, thank you. Thank you. And welcome to the stream, Sacrified. Minus 52 actually works. Would it also work on the entire thing? Let's find out. No. Doesn't. This could work. So, plus 25 here at the end. With these type of sounds, when you use frequency shifter, you don't worry too much about the key, right? Yeah, I just worry about the tone of it. So I don't think in notes. So I can't tell you what kind of notes these are playing. I'm just doing it by ear, basically. This doesn't sound that good. What were the other macros doing? I forgot. What was this one doing? Macro 2. What was macro 2 doing? Also a frequency shifter automation. But really slightly. What was macro 3 doing? Macro 3. What were the filters? Yeah. And the reverb. Yeah. I have an idea, I think. Like a more subtle sweep. This works. I like that. But I think I would not do the additional frequency shifter I just added. No, actually. Could work like this. I don't know, but yeah, I think this should work out. Let's get the automation right again, so we don't have it where we don't want it to. Like this. What do you prefer, reverb first and then delay, or delay first then reverb? That's a good question. Usually delay first. But I've also had contexts in which I did it the opposite way. But yeah, most of the time delay first. And this sounds cleaner, in my opinion. Me too. Nice. I think this sounds a little bit odd. It's better. It's better without the filtering and the reverb. It makes sense, in my opinion, because you're putting the delay repetitions in a room space. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this would be the outro. We like the outro right here. It's a really nice feel. And I think I will also keep the intro like it is. And yeah, just throw this away. Wait, this one. It's cool, but it's not that good. And then it would right transition into, oh no, not into this one, but rather into this drop. So this would be the first thing you would hear in a drop. So this one would be here later on. And one thing which just came to my mind is that we can use one other thing from earlier. I would love to use this one at some point. This actually sounds cool. But obviously we have less energy in this sound. It sounds cool, but we would have to use or do another third layer for more dense density. And I actually don't want to do that. I want to work with what we have. Because this has way more energy. What we could also do is just throw everything into a granulizer and just work with a granulizer to get cool sounds out of it. But I don't want to do it for this sound. I want to set up everything by hand here. Because it has a different feel when it comes out of a granulizer compared to when you do it by hand. now we can use this one as the first iteration, basically. And then have this as a even intenser, more intense variation at the end. If that makes sense. Oh yeah, we already had the first one here. I forgot, but yeah, never mind. Oh wait, actually, let me throw that in here. What we could also do as a variation to play around a little bit more, or maybe add another head. Maybe we can intensify the movement. So like a short one in here. Is it noticeable? I don't know. Let's just see what it would sound like. Maybe oh, these are, oh yeah, would work. Add this one in here. But I think I will also give it a little envelope. And also for the VR head, like this. What we could also do is to change the tonality of this one right here. Go into the snap event. Let's add another frequency shifter and do a little macro automation like this, and then also make it bipolar again, and then we can just play around and see if we can find another cool frequency. It works, it works. Actually, it would be nice if we had the startup riser here. Ja. Okay, let's try something. Oh, it also said the project. I haven't saved it, but a new version. And then let's see what the ambassador sounds like on the basis. I think I haven't used it here, right? Oh, I did. Did in fact. But it's not doing that much actually. Let's do a little tricky automation here. We can just get rid of the high end. Just filter it out slightly. Yeah, this works. This works a little bit less. Okay, now we have to move all the pieces into place. This means that we have to make some space. And I just need to have a look at everything, where everything is starting. Actually, this one can remain like it is. We would just need to move this one to the side. Yeah. And hello, Cprim, welcome, welcome. What program are you using? I'm using Ableton. Ableton Live 12 Suite. And I'm also using the beta version of the 12.3 version. I'm paying for it? Yeah, I'm paying for Ableton, yeah. Well, I paid for it 2 years ago when I got it. Now I need to think. How are we going to do this? Oh yeah, actually how are we going to do this? That's a tough question. I need to move things and I want to move as less as I can. And hello Ryan, Kasum, welcome, welcome. Your shop is was man. Yeah, thank you so much. Really means a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 13 months of work were put into it, so I'm really, really honored by everyone's feedback. Yeah, we need to get rid of this section. Wow, this is tough. I hate things like that. Okay, this one is the second drop. This one is the first drop, and this one needs to go. So I could just move this section to the right and everything would be fine. Let me move all of these versions of the intro to the top. And then we can grab everything else. Oh yeah, I think I'll just do it this way. And hello, Amundo, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome to the stream. I'll just get any sample in here so I have something to put it. What's that actually? Okay, this was nothing. Vibing, nice. That's nice. That's good to hear. Okay. Let's take this. And let's move it over here. And now I can grab this and move it into place. Yeah, and then oh yeah, I remember we we did not yeah, we did not need to do that. And delete the trigger. And now I just need this. And paste it in here, right? Yes. What was the vocal saying? Ah, yeah, we also need to change the pre-drop vocal. Probably. And get rid of the sidechain. And now we just need to fix the transitions. Yeah. We need another filter here so the lower ends don't clash with each other. And then we should be good, hopefully. So, DJ filter. Best invention of Ableton. Did you do anything for the Slick Mode event? I did, Mundo. and and you would never guess what kind of genre I made. I made something completely different. You would never guess that. But feel free to guess. It's actually really, really funny. I forgot what I wanted to do. Ah, yeah, I wanted to do a filter. This is something super chill. It's way more chill than this right here. It's not heavy dubstep. It's actually really, really, really chill. Maybe even a slope right here. I'm excited to see. Let me play a snippet. Let me play a snippet. I had the challenge, you have to keep it in mind, I had the challenge to only use snares. So I had to make everything with snares. Our group got a song to fall asleep to. Ah, okay, so we also did some chill. Okay, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah, I had the challenge to just make a song with snares. So yeah, wait, this is what I did. And then, yeah, this is the intro. I made a progressive house. I made so much heavy stuff in the last couple of weeks that I just needed to do something refreshing for this challenge. And since I did not want to do bass design, I just made progressive house because I want to do that forever. And I thought, yeah, it would not be that difficult to just do it with snares, and yeah, snares as wavetables obviously, and frequency shifting and all this kind of stuff to get the right tones out of it, to actually use as wavetables later on. And yeah, then I came up with this, and it was really, really fun, and I hope it gets accepted. Which filter? This is the new filter. Perfect. Yeah, we'll just move that to the right, to the left. Yeah. And just in case, I'll also enable it just for this part. Okay, yeah. The pre-drop vocal does not work, unfortunately.
Reaching out into other worlds. Reaching out into other worlds. Reaching out into other worlds.
Just crazy. Thank you. Yeah, the transition kinda lags. I definitely need to change the build up again.
out into other worlds.
Yeah, something is wrong in this one.
Reaching out into other worlds.
The first impact is not hitting like I wanted to hit like. How did I do it here? The drop starts with a different element. And it sounds the same. It sounds the same. Actually, when removing this noise right here, it feels a little bit better. I don't know why, but let's just remove it here. So everything has a bit more space to breathe. Actually, we can just cut it.
Reaching out into other worlds.
I don't know. The frequency shifter does not help here. Maybe I should just change the build up.
Reaching out into other worlds. Reaching out into other worlds. Reaching out into other worlds. Reaching out into other worlds.
What if we add some more high end? Maybe this helps. Actually does a lot. Maybe a little bit less. Because it's going into the entire processing.
Reaching out into other worlds. Reaching out into other worlds. Reaching out into other worlds.
I think this is better, right? Let's go back 1-2 steps.
Reaching out into other worlds. Reaching out into other worlds.
Yeah. This is better, so the bass has more time to breathe because it's not that short anymore. And the additional high end also works well. The how much decibels? 1.667.
Reaching out into other worlds.
Yeah, this is the impact I wanted. And now I think for the build up, I would just switch out this fast percussive sound, which we already have. Which is tuning in here with the washout and frequency automation, which was just the one for the second drop. So these hits are being teased, and now I just want to do it for the other sound, which obviously now gets introduced here in the first drop, which is the first drop sound, which everyone is going to hear. So it would just make sense to have it in the build-up as well. The thing is, I can't do this on stream because whenever I open up the project file of the intro, my PC freezes for like 3 minutes until the project opens. Because I don't know what happened. I've used so much plugins in the intro project file. So this is what I would have to do later on after the stream. But I think we are done. I did not expect to have a completely new 32 bar drop. Actually, it's just 16 new bars with some slightly variations today. But yeah, it was really fun. And now this song is completed. But I also want to use this drop at a certain point. It's a really, really cool drop in my opinion, and it definitely deserves an entire song with some variations here and there. Do you think Ableton will eventually fix its performance issues that have been talked about recently? I hope so. I think not in the next 12 point whatsoever updates, but I really hope so for the next major update. Hopefully in 2 years or so, or maybe 1 year, I don't know. But would be really cool if they made it more stable for bigger projects. I know it is a tough job since it seems like a foundational issue. Yeah, I agree. I also think it's not that easy to fix, but it would be really nice if it would be more friendly for bigger projects like this one, because just loading in an EQ. And which track are we in right now? Let's just select a track. Takes so much seconds here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 seconds to load in an EQ. And this is always really, really bad to just have these long times. And that's crazy for a stock plugin, yeah. And this is also why I like using Snap Heap by Kilohertz. Where do we have an example somewhere here? Because when you want to load in a new effect, you can just use it. So it does not take time to load in a new effect here within Snapheap, which is really nice if you want to get quick ideas, although the project is really, really big already. So this is good. Yeah, I think we will end the stream now. Yeah, that is good at least. Yeah, definitely. And I'm using it really, really often. I think we'll end the stream now. I also have a little bit of a headache going on. But yeah, not that bad, just a little bit annoying. And we have the drop completed. So everything is done, what I wanted to do. And yeah, see you in the next stream on Tuesday. And we will do a feedback stream on Tuesday. So everyone can send unreleased stuff. And then we can listen to it. And I will try my best to give objective feedback on it. And yeah, you're welcome, Ryan. You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching. See you in the next stream. Don't forget to stream my ID showcase, which I released on Friday. I will just post the link again here if anyone is interested. And yeah, see you next time. Have a great day and goodbye.